The city never slept, but everyone feared one man. Adrian Voss. A name whispered in dark alleys, spoken carefully in business rooms, and never, ever, said loudly in public. He wasn't just rich. He wasn't just powerful. He was the kind of man who could change lives, or end them, with a single phone call. Yet on this particular morning, Adrian stood silently at the edge of a massive construction site, watching workers move like ants beneath the rising skeleton of steel and concrete. This wasn't just another project. This was his biggest one yet, a luxury high-rise that would dominate the skyline. But Adrian wasn't here for business. Not today. He hadn't slept all night. His mind was restless. Haunted. Something inside him felt empty. For years, he had built an empire. Money. Power. Control. But peace? He had never found that. As dust rose in the air and machines roared around him, Adrian adjusted his coat and walked forward, his sharp eyes scanning every detail. Workers froze slightly when they noticed him. Supervisors straightened up. Fear followed him everywhere. Until. Hot food. Fresh lunch. Come eat before it gets cold. The voice didn't belong here. It was soft, but strong. Warm, but persistent. Adrian turned. And that's when he saw her. A small food stall stood near the edge of the site, simple, almost out of place among the massive machines and steel beams. Behind it stood a woman, probably in her late 20s, wearing a simple dress and apron. Her hair was tied loosely. Her face wasn't covered in makeup. But her eyes. They held something rare. Kindness. Strength. And a quiet pain. She smiled at a worker as she handed him food, carefully wrapping it as if it mattered, like he mattered. Adrian frowned slightly. No one treated people like that anymore. Not in his world. Not in his life. He found himself walking toward her without realizing it. The closer he got, the more he noticed details. The way she wiped her hands quickly before serving each customer. The way she spoke gently, even when someone was rude. The way she glanced occasionally at a small boy sitting beside the stall, drawing something in the dust with a stick. Her son. Adrian stopped just a few steps away. She looked up. For a moment, their eyes met. And something shifted. Something neither of them expected. "Would you like something to eat?" she asked politely, unaware of who he was. No fear. No hesitation. No recognition. Adrian blinked. It had been years since someone spoke to him, like a normal person. "I don't eat from stalls," he replied coldly. Her smile didn't fade. "That's okay," she said gently. "But today might be a good day to try something new." The workers nearby went silent. No one talked to Adrian like that. No one. But she didn't know. And somehow, that made it even more powerful. Adrian studied her. "Do you always talk like that to strangers?" he asked. "Only the ones who look like they need it," she replied. That answer hit him harder than he expected. For a moment, he didn't speak. Then, without another word, he sat down on the small wooden bench near her stall. Gasps spread quietly among the workers. The Mafia boss, sitting at a roadside stall? Impossible. "What do you recommend?" Adrian asked. She smiled softly. "The simplest thing," she said. "It's usually the most honest." Minutes later, she placed a plate in front of him. Fresh bread. Stew. Warm. Homemade. Adrian stared at it. He hadn't eaten something like this in years. Slowly, he took a bite. And everything stopped. It wasn't just food. It was comfort. It was memory. It was something he thought he had lost forever. Good? She asked. Adrian didn't answer immediately. Then, quietly. Yes. For the first time in a long time, he meant it. The little boy nearby looked up. Mama, who is he? He asked innocently. She smiled. Just someone who needed lunch. Adrian looked at the child. And for the first time in years, his heart softened. Adrian couldn't explain it. He had everything. But somehow, that small food stall felt more real than his entire empire. The next day, he came back. And the day after that. And again. Each time, he told himself it was nothing. Just food. Just curiosity. Just a break. But deep down, he knew the truth. It was her. Her name was Elena. A single mother. Widowed. Struggling, but never complaining. Strong, but never bitter. She woke up before sunrise every day, cooked everything herself, brought her son along, and worked until sunset. Not once did she ask for help. Not once did she show weakness. Adrian started noticing everything. The way she hid her tiredness. The way she gave extra food to workers who couldn't pay. The way her son laughed freely, even in a harsh world. And slowly, something inside Adrian began to change. One evening, as the site quieted down, Adrian stayed behind. Elena was packing up. You don't have to come here every day, she said, half smiling. I know, he replied. Then why do you? Adrian paused. He had faced enemies. Guns. Betrayals. But this question? It was harder than all of them.